Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Life Below TV. My name is Leyanne Oliveira. I am a self-mastery coach, guiding women through mastering their mind, body, and spirit, really guiding them through the journey of self, really figuring out who they are, what they want to be, what they want to create, so they thrive in all areas of their life, including career, having the relationships that they desire, and just constantly fulfilled and feeling and being in tune with this amazing universe that we are part of. For those that are new, welcome to my little corner of the internet. And for those who are old viewers, I am so grateful that you are back here. Today's topic is simple, clear cut, I'm going straight to the point, because this is a message that every single woman has to, just absolutely has to have the chance to know. I am talking about the moon cycle. I am talking about the time in our lives, in our monthly life, that we experience this powerful time that society has completely changed the narrative of to a false story that is not true. So first, I'm going to start off by talking about what I thought my menstruation period was, that most women also subscribe to the story of. And then I'm going to tell you the truth. I am going to tell you all the truth about this time in your life that you really have to harness and be in tune with and really just use as the magical tool that it is. All right. So what did I think it was? Menstruation, I started my cycle when I was about 13. So, I was really young. My mom was a busy mom, a single mother, just in and out of the house. So I really navigated this thing by myself. I really just thought, a lot of cramping. I remember being on the floor in so much pain and agony that I used to cry myself to sleep. No matter what time it was. If it was in the afternoon, I cried myself until I fell asleep. My body got some kind of rest. If it was nighttime, I was crying myself to sleep, until the point that I started to just, give into the pain and started to take pills, started taking painkillers. And for me, it was a time that I was embarrassed about. It was a time that I didn't want my partner to be near me. It was a time that I felt disgusted. It was, something to hide instead of just really even questioning, being curious about it. Because of everything that I experienced and being the youngest of 4 girls, seeing what they experienced kind of led me to not even be curious about what was happening at all to my body. And I basically just shut it off. I shut off the pain. I shut off the idea that it's even happening. I would just deal with it, change the pads, wash up, and then couldn't wait till it was over. Then once it was over, yes, I'm back to myself again. Now, if you are someone that is living in that kind of story right now, I am here to tell you and liberate you from that just that lie. I'm here to tell you that, during your cycle, the moon cycle, and it's called the moon cycle because as the woman, as the feminine, the expression of the divine feminine, we are connected to the moon. So, cycles vary from person to person. So they're about 28 days to about 31 days. So everyone's different depending if you have a regular period, you might have irregular depending on what your diet, the lifestyle that you are leading. So, the moon has the same amount of day in the cycle from the new moon to the full moon, then back to the new moon. So, a woman's body expresses itself very similarly to what the moon does. And in the old days, in ancient cultures, women would actually gather during their menstruation period because they were so connected, and, there was no electricity back then that or light or change of light that would cause them to get out of sync with the moon. So now women aren't menstruating at the same time of the full moon like they used to back in the day, but you can still be in sync with the moon, right? So it all depends on the lifestyle you are leading, if you are connected or not to nature, etc. Okay. So now back. So it's called the moon cycle because of that. Now, what is happening during your menstruation? So, there is the physical aspect of it, right? That the lining that is created on our pelvic wall to hold the egg, in case it's fertilized, it's being released. No, it's no longer needed because the egg wasn't fertilized. That's the physical part of what's happening to your body. Now, what I'm really interested in, and I really want to share with you, is the spiritual side, because there is so much depth to this monthly time in our lives. So menstruation period is a time of release. It is a time for women to go inward and really understand what is going on inside of their bodies from what they have experienced. What are they still holding on to, so they can release with that physical release of your blood. Most women will experience a lot of pain, which is the body crying for your attention. It's the body crying for you to go in solitude. And most women will go into solitude and will stay alone during the time if they follow their senses in their body. Most women will just take painkillers and completely just neglect and shut off that voice, that powerful sound of your womb that is trying to communicate with you and, talk through and really release these things that you're holding inside of you that don't serve you. Menstruation is also a time because physically your body is getting ready for pregnancy. Then it releases the tissue lining that is there because you no longer need it. The egg is not fertilized. But when we look at your body physically getting ready to give birth to a life, to a child, one of the most powerful things that happen that we as women get to experience, like giving birth during menstruation. If you don't use that energy, right, that is being cultivated in your body, if you don't use it to create life, you can still use it to create and give birth to other things. You can use it to give birth to a project that has been on your mind, a piece of art that is an expression of your inner like expression, whatever is going on inside of you, inner life, your inner state. Or you can give birth to a business. You can give birth to a course. You can give birth to anything that you want to manifest and bring into the physical. So during this time, women are so powerful. Again, in the ancient days, there are rituals that, men used to actually consume, and even women consume the menstruation blood, because we knew that that's the nutrients that were, in the pelvic wall building up to create life. It had all the nutrients to create life, so it could nourish and replenish and regenerate somebody's body into health. So, as a woman, it is so vital for us to really step back and say, this is what I've been taught. This is what I'm experiencing. Let me be curious about the two and see if they actually match. And then, follow that inner voice to learn and keep being curious about what is really the truth. Because, women, our bodies are constantly being exploited for money. We buy pads, we buy tampons, we buy painkillers, we buy so many different things during that one time, instead of embracing, understanding what is going on with our bodies, and then moving into this this time of release and really sinking in with nature and doing what our body wants to do, which is release anything that is in our body that doesn't serve us, along with that blood that was being cultivated for the baby, but we no longer need. And also, that energy that was being cultivated in our body to give birth, use that energy to give birth to what you love. You are such a powerful being. You was given the responsibility to hold the porthole to the spiritual world in your womb, in your body. Every single life and spirit enters this world through the body and the womb of a woman. Do you understand how powerful that is? You have to step into your womanhood and take control back. Take control back of your menstruation. Take your control back of that time. Make sure that you are going inward. You are understanding what your body is speaking to, what language it is speaking to you in. If it's pain, then that means there is pain that lives inside of you. And, I can't wait to create my next video when I want to talk about the womb work that I've been doing, because I am no longer experiencing cramps. My body's no longer cramping because I've been releasing so much. I've been focused every single month for the past 8 months, just really releasing anything that lives inside of me. And what's so vital, going back to menstruation in our bodies and how it's tied to the moon, make sure that you are using the same energy from the new moon and the full moon to release, as well as start fresh and rebirth things into your life. Make sure that you understand that you are just incredibly beautiful, powerful, and there is nothing yucky about this time that you are experiencing. Is actually very powerful. But you have to tune into yourself. We as women do everything for everybody all the time. We are here, we are there, we are left, we are right, we are forward. We are wherever our partners, our family, our friends, our kids need us to be. And this is the one time that we get to connect back to self and just ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing? How has this affected you? What are we going to release today? What are we going to release in the next couple days? What are we going to let out of our bodies that no longer need to be here, that was created inside of us from this experience that we now want to release? Menstruation is a powerful time in your month. It's a powerful time in every single woman's life. Make sure you tune in and you listen. And, if you have a chance, check out my other videos. I am going to continue to talk about cramping, periods, having long periods, eating flesh, not being on a plant-based diet and how that affects our body. But again, the most important time is the time of release, because the more you release, the more you are resistant to yourself, the more you can embrace who you are, which is a goddess, a queen. And I hope that added value to your life in any way, shape, or form. You can go down here and get my information. I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, I am all over spreading this information to every single goddess because you need it. I am also, again, a self-mastery coach, so I would love to get to know you one-on-one if this is something that interests you, which is working with me, okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and love. You are incredible. You are a goddess. You are a queen. You are the most important person in this life. Mwah.